My friends, on this third Sunday of Easter, we read from the Gospel of Luke the story of Jesus' appearance on the way to Emmaus. This beautiful gospel can be approached from different perspectives. I would like to suggest that today we approach this story from the perspective of the journey. For the two disciples on the journey from Jerusalem to Emmaus, this was more than a geographical journey. This journey was a journey of faith and spiritual growth. The road to Emmaus became an existential journey for the two disciples. It was a journey from confusion to understanding, from blindness to sight, from sadness to joy, from ignorance to knowledge, from despair to hope, from a sense of loneliness to the certainty of having a companion on the journey, from fear to courage, from isolation to community life, from idleness to mission. It was a journey from death to life. Like the two disciples, after witnessing Jesus' passion and death, we too are called to have an experience of his resurrection as we undergo our own journey from Jerusalem to Emmaus. Throughout the journey of life, we find ourselves not once or twice, but many times walking on a road, on our own road from Jerusalem to Emmaus. These are times in our life journey when we must deal with signs of spiritual, intellectual, emotional, and even physical death. There are times on the journey of life when we find ourselves coping with confusion, blindness, ignorance, despair, loneliness, fear, and idleness. These are certainly the times when our individual, family, and community road to Emmaus becomes not a geographical journey, but an existential journey which offers us opportunities for faith and spiritual growth while we become the people God wants us to be, the best version of ourselves. On these crossroads of the journey of life, we are invited to welcome, recognize, and allow Jesus, the risen one, to lead us to experience in his resurrection our own resurrection. These are times when we are called to engage in a profound, close, and prayerful relationship with him, the risen Lord, to not only unload our burdens on him, but above all, to let him bring about that transformation and growth that he wants us to experience. On our lifelong journey from Jerusalem to Emmaus, we must move from a little and weak faith to a stronger and greater faith in order to give God the opportunity to lead us from confusion to understanding, from blindness to sight, from sadness to joy, from ignorance to knowledge, from despair to hope, from a sense of loneliness to the certainty of having him as our companion on the journey, from fear to courage, from isolation to community life, from idleness to mission, from death to life. I dare to believe that in the present time, we are going through one of those crossroads on the journey of life by which, in a mysterious and providential way, God is leading us to have a unique and extraordinary experience of resurrection. I dare to believe that on our present walk from Jerusalem to Emmaus, the risen Christ is taking us by hand to a transforming experience of human, spiritual, and existential growth. Let us recognize Jesus, who keeps walking alongside with us throughout the journey of life. Let us ask him to enter into our lives, our homes, and our communities, and to give us life in abundance. Have a joyful week in the risen Lord.